Every time I hear news about something devastating and inhumane taking place in the world, I cannot help but feel helpless, right? Obviously. And also have this one short story written by late Ursula Le Guin pop up in my head. The short story in question is called The Ones Who Left Omelas, and I also begin to think about a particular scene in the Hunger Games, the first Hunger Games book and movie, and about the 4B movement that's going on in South Korea. Let me elaborate. The Ones Who Left Omelas is one of the pieces of modern literature I believe must be read, dissected, and understood by every single person in this entire world. If you're capable of comprehending, if you're capable of reading and dissecting, you must read this story and you must come to a conclusion of what the story is trying to say. Long story short, Omelas is a beautiful, magical place where there is no sickness, no suffering, and everyone is happy, right? Except that happiness comes at the cost of a young child. Now, the child is kept in very vile conditions, has no mother, is always kept dirty, and is always suffering, and the higher ups at Omelas make sure that the child keeps suffering, and those who visit the child are said beforehand that they are forbidden from helping the child and showing them kindness in any sort of way. And then the reader realizes that there are three types of people who are aware of the truth about Omelas. One, those who don't care, right? Maybe they initially feel bad for the child, but they ultimately decide to stay in Omelas and keep reaping the benefits, and also maybe help to make sure that the child keeps suffering just to maintain the paradise in Omelas, hence the higher ups and those guarding the child. Two, those who feel very bad for the child, those who want to help the child but ultimately don't do anything. They keep staying in Omelas and they feel very conflicted, but they keep wanting to help the child but still do nothing to help the child. And three, those who leave Omelas entirely and cut all ties with it and never look back. The story presents the readers two questions that it ultimately answers itself, which many readers might not notice it at first reading, but at second or third or maybe even fourth they do, and if they keep thinking about it, they too will come to the same conclusion. Excuse me. One, is a paradise truly a paradise if it comes at the suffering of someone else? Two, how can you help and save the child? The answer to the first question is no. A paradise that comes at the cost of someone else's current suffering is no paradise at all. And two, the only way that the people in Omelas can help and save the child is by leaving Omelas entirely, because if there is no one living in Omelas, then there is no need for the child to suffer anymore. Now, after I came to this conclusion and I discussed it with my friend, he then presents me the question, well, those who left Omelas can leave Omelas, but what about those who have nowhere else to go but Omelas? And that was a very thought-provoking question, which brings us to the 4B movement and the scene in Hunger Games. Now, I'll talk about the scene in the Hunger Games first. In the first book and movie, Katniss is with Gale and is discussing about the games and the reaping, and Katniss tells Gale that she does not want to get married or have children to Gale, and in her internal monologue, she reveals that the reason for that decision of hers is because she does not want to bring children in a world that they will be oppressed in and will be forced to kill or be killed for someone else's entertainment. And spoilers for the Mockingjay book and the movie, these, right? At the end, after the games don't exist anymore, they're not happening anymore, and no one's like getting raped, right? Katniss finally decides to have children with Peeta, right? Although it takes a lot of years for her to like make that decision, but ultimately, after she feels truly safe, she decides to have children, finally. And then there's the 4B movement that originated in Korea. Now, I will not go into what the 4Bs represent, but I'll just say it's a feminist movement going on in Korea, which started as a response to the misogyny in the entire Korean society and the system that it lives in, right? I remember reading this one quote about the 4B movement. It's not the exact quote, but what it basically said was, I will not give birth to those who will uphold the system that will oppress me, and I will not give birth to those who will be oppressed by the system. Because at the end of the day, a system needs people. It needs manpower for it to be upheld. And if there are no people to uphold that system, the system itself collapses and stops existing.